Season 4 of the Right Bench Podcast. Where are we? Let's go. Welcome into Season 4 of the Right Bench Podcast.
Oof.
Man, this is crazy. Season 4 is here.
Yeah, first of all, do y'all notice anything different? We might have a couple things.
We'll talk about that in
know.
a second. I don't really see anything there around me.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, this is the trailer. Season 4 will start next week. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, let's start with what's new. First is, obviously the setup is new. We're at a relocated house.
Studio now.
It's not really.
It's
still
a studio.
house.
I'd say it's a studio now.
Yeah, it's pretty much a studio. We each got our own mic now, which
Yep.
is cool. So now, if y'all wondering where's the computer that y'all been using, oh, it's right there. Y'all just can't see it. We got the little set up keyboard and mouse there.
Yep.
Same kind of TV behind us. I still don't know if y'all can see that or not very well, but y'all let us know down in the comments. I'm really excited. I think this brings a lot more of a relaxed.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. It's like a relaxed feel. It feels more like a podcast, I think, more than like a talk show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which they're very, very similar, but I think this gives the podcast feel a little bit more.
Yeah, more relaxed, more laid back. A lot less tense for me. I don't know about you, but
Yeah, I think it's great.
like I said, mics are back next to us. So what do you think about that, James?
I like it. I think it gives a whole different feel because I think you're able to kind of talk about words or say things very, like, I guess, well in a way, or put emphasis on words with the mics. I think it's really cool. And now these will both be attached, so it's not like last time where there was one mic going to Spotify and one mic going to YouTube.
That's why they were in the middle, right? And it came up with made a problem to where on one platform it would be one of us is louder and the other one is louder.
Yep.
Now James talks louder than me, so that was
is true.
able to be kind of nullified a little bit, but on YouTube, but on Spotify, it was terrible. I'm sure you were way louder than me, but
Yeah.
anyway, this will make our quality better. This will make it look better, more like a podcast. It's going to be great. And I think, honestly, for our 4 audio listeners out there, this is the biggest season yet.
For sure.
You now get all of the music and stuff that we add in post-production. Anything we add post-production, audio-wise, you will get, rather than just the clean recording like you did before.
Yep.
So, that's great, because we're editing it on our phone and then transfer it to an audio file instead of having 2 different files.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it adds a lot more for an audio listener, especially because I know some people will listen in their cars, and sometimes they will go to YouTube to listen on it. But I do know a couple people that will listen like in their cars or on drives or stuff like that.
Millions of subs.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Our intro, as you can see, is a little bit different. I thought it would be cool. Instead of playing a clip from the last episode, and you see that twice, I feel like kind of getting you excited for the episode. I feel like is a little bit better. So that's what we kind of did there. And this is great. Now, another thing I thought of a few days ago is that now we can't see how long we've been recording. Like before, I could see
That's
the
a good
recording in
point.
front of me, so I knew when the audio went out, which will never happen again, by the way.
Sure.
I knew how long we were recording, but now I don't. So it'll be kind of a thing for me because I'm more of the OCD that wants to keep it quick.
That is true,
Which
and
is
I think
bad,
it will keep it more relaxed too.
Yeah,
I think it gives us as much time as we need or as little time as we need to do whatever we're going to do in the episode. I think it'll make it more fun because it's just instead
Less
of
tense,
instead of being on a time constraint, which is not what this is supposed to be about. It's more just live it, just have fun with it, and I think that'll be the best
So
part.
we have an hour and a half long episode. Y'all know why?
Yeah.
Because James keeps talking about March Madness.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Alright, now season 4 content. Now James, I don't know how much you know about this, but I'll let you say. No, I'll talk first. So we're basically in a flip flop between NBA and MLB because I'm the MLB guy, he's the NBA guy. We're gonna clash on that. So we're gonna flip flop. 1 week will be MLB, 1 week will be NBA, and so we'll have some small segments. What are small segments gonna be, James?
Well, the first one is March Madness. As you know, we are in March.
It'll be a little longer. It'll be maybe 10 minutes.
Exactly. It'll be a decent sized bit, and we'll recap games. We'll talk about storylines. We'll talk about all that kind of stuff.
Especially the upsets, because that's really the most important.
Exactly.
If a 3 seed beats a 14 seed.
We're gonna talk about it. Oh wait.
Yeah,
I thought you meant 14.
No. If a 3 beats a 14, we're not talking about that.
But if a 14 beats a 3,
then we talk about
then
it.
we talk about
So that's
it.
gonna keep it a little shorter, only talking about really the big upsets.
Yeah.
There's not really much to talk about for every upset,
And I believe there'll be a couple more games coming back, right? Or a couple of things coming back.
Maybe. Yeah, I think everything. I don't think we're gonna have much new little segments this time. It'll be kind of the same thing we've been doing, mainly at the end of last season with, we may have Reverse Gimme 5 come back, but like Slim Margins was something that will be coming back.
That was fun, yeah.
Fact or False. You'll see stuff like that.
Shout out Sodic.
Shout out Sodic. But whenever we see that mixed, you might see that mixed in on an episode where we have time. I mean, Recent Rundown is still here, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to see a little different kind of format. It'll be more of 3 segments rather than 5 that were before in the last season. Not just season-wise, content-wise, what we're covering. So in even seasons, you could say, 2, 4, 6, you'll see 3 or 2 segment things. So that includes Recent Rundown as one of them in the middle.
And I think that'll help, like, deep dive into stuff more and actually talk about the storylines going on instead of just talking about the overlay stuff, right? We get the information to y'all and we talk about it, some of our opinions, but we don't usually get deep about it. I think that'll help a lot in this season, getting deep about topics.
Yeah, so James, what will we bring guests for?
Well, the first thing is going to be some tier lists. Or drafts.
Tier lists will be us too. Drafts will have a third person coming.
True. Which will be cool. We're going to bring back some people. We'll bring on new people.
We're not bringing on
You never know. Someone could pop up.
Yeah, maybe.
You know who you are if you're watching. There's a couple of people.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, they're not coming on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No,
and if you're not watching it, and if you come and tell me that you watched it, then maybe. But you're probably not watching it.
No, there's no way. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I think adding a third person to our drafts will make it more competitive. You know, we'll definitely be doing like snake drafts instead of the. We've been kind of debating, but so like episode 2, we'll have Jacob on to do an NBA futures draft, which will be a lot of fun. And I know we have a few other people on who are experts or not experts, but know something about NBA or MLB that will come on a draft with us and stuff. And they'll do other fun stuff too. You know, may have some other segments. It'll be more of a guest involved season than the last one with just picking, you could say. And then what's something we talked about last season's trailer that never happened. We're gonna say it again. It probably won't happen again.
So there are a couple people lined out, and there's opportunities that we could have interviews in this season. We do want to do it. I think it would be really, really fun because if you see some big podcasts, you know that it's turning into an interview-like format, right? When you interview people, it gets a little more interesting. And we have some people lined out that could be up for it, but we don't know for sure if it's going to happen, but we are going to say it again just in case it does, to let y'all know, because I think it could be really exciting. I think it could be fun. Me and Charlie would still be sitting here. The person that would get interviewed would be sitting right here. So, you know, I think it could be a really, really good idea, but if it does happen, we'll definitely be teasing it throughout the week, because I think it'll be a big deal if it does happen, but right now, take a pause on it, but it could happen later in the season.
Yeah, for sure. I thought about how are the guests going to be able to pick up from the mics. I guess they'll just talk loud.
Yeah, I think it'll be.
They won't be as loud as us, but we're the main characters, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm really the main character. But, yeah.
I could even hold my mic too, and we could.
Yeah, you could do that, but
I could be like a real interviewer. Nah, we'll see.
I mean, I don't love it, but if you want to do that, sure. So yeah, I think most of the stuff is going to be kind of the same, just in a different environment. I think you'll see a lot of our habits and a lot of like when we post Friday, Saturdays. We post shorts every week when James wants to make them.
That's a good point. It's fair. I'm not good about that.
And so my last thing is just, season 4 is going to start next week. We're really excited about that. A lot of March Madness, the whole first round to cover. And then other episodes will have like 2 rounds at a time just because of the way it falls.
Yeah.
And we won't have a guest on for that. We're going to do an MLB thing. So episode 2 we'll have Jacob on. So that's next week, either March 21st or 22nd. We're thinking March 22nd though because to get between the March Madness rounds. And it'll end sometime around the end of June. Depends on when the NBA and College World Series end. But once the last thing ends. So whichever one's last, NBA or College World Series, whenever that ends, the season will end.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we'll go have a month-long break and get right back into it, season 5.
Yeah, and season 5 will come with more improvements as well. We're just going to keep improving. And I think season 4 is going to be our biggest leap, I would say. I think it's just going to, or maybe the most different, I guess you could say.
Every season has had a really big leap.
Exactly, and we're experimenting with stuff
in different
still.
ways. Like 1 to 2, we got the
video.
And season 2 to 3, we made the content like 1,000 times better. And now we have the new setup. Like it's all different things. Like before, when that last season ended, I thought, man, how are we going to make this season better? The next season better, right? Because I felt like we were out of things to improve on. And look at us.
And then we did it. We did the biggest one, the biggest improvement so far.
That was all James, man. All James.
Yeah. It was. I didn't know.
Just the looks.
I didn't know. Oh, playing that card now. That's what I used to
You
say.
want to take the hat off for me?
That's a good point. I got a haircut, guys.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm not going to be taking the hat off. Maybe next week when it grows out a little bit.
But anyway, glad y'all could listen. If you're still here, leave a like, subscribe. We're trying to reach 200 this season. Very confident. We can't live stream the NFL draft, though. I thought about that. Can't do that. I'll be out of town.
Yep.
But, see y'all guys in episode 1 of season 4 of the Right Bench Podcast.
Let's do it.
So, peace.
Peace.